Well, tensions between the United States and Russia have dramatically escalated. Let's take you live to Washington with Doug Luzader this morning. Doug, good morning. Good to see you.
Good morning.
So this seems like it's ramped up quickly. A Russian official now talking about the possibility of World War III. What's behind this?
Well, yeah, I mean, this represents kind of this dust-up now between the U.S. and Russia, where President Trump has really gone after Russia recently. There's a lot of frustration over the fact that these peace talks are not really going anywhere as far as ending the war in Ukraine. And now we have these escalating kind of tweets going back and forth between the Kremlin and the White House. So we'll see where that goes. And at the same time, there is a lot of pressure coming from Capitol Hill to do more in the way of sanctions, perhaps. There's a report in the Kyiv Post now that President Trump is talking about possibly lifting range restrictions on U.S. weapons. A lot of the weapons that we send to Ukraine come with certain conditions, that they not be used deep into Russia, for instance. So if those range restrictions were to be lifted, that would give Ukraine a lot more flexibility in going after Russian targets. It's obviously something that Russia would not want to see happen.
Yeah, Doug, and there's so many facets to this because this comes at a time when the president's also talking to EU, and EU is very involved against Russia about tariffs. I mean, all this is somewhat connected.
Well, right. And, you know, as far as trade talks are concerned, the administration is still, pursuing a number of different agreements with a number of different countries. The EU is going to be particularly thorny. We've seen the markets really go on a wild ride back and forth, and those tariffs got delayed. The market shot way up. So there is still a lot of question about what's going to happen trade-wise. And, and trade really did, to your point, kind of come into play here with Russia as well, when there was the prospect of a peace deal with Russia. Yep. President Trump kind of dangled that, the idea of more trade with Russia, which would help the Russian economy. Doesn't look like that's going to happen anytime soon.
Let's finish with this, Doug. The president also talking about this missile defense system for the U.S. It looks like they want to move forward with that, saying Canada can be a part of it, but there would be a price.
There would be a price unless Canada were to become the 51st state. So the president has been talking about this. He unveiled this, Golden Dome missile defense system. There is an initial outlay for that as part of the president's big, beautiful bill that's still working its way through Congress. But it's just a fraction of what the overall price for this thing is going to be. It's going to be very expensive.
Yeah, super expensive for sure. Got to leave it there. Always good to see you, Doug. Thank you.
Thanks, Ryan.